Hey ladies, I'm Asya Watkins, founder of Women of Project Management, and this is the Women of Project Management podcast, where I have candid conversations with all my favorite women inside the Women of Project Management membership in audio. Please don't forget to subscribe and review everywhere you listen to podcasts. I'm Asya Watkins, founder of Women of Project Management, and today we're going to be talking to Mallory Hank-Johnson. With over 15 years as a marketing and technology professional, Mallory Hank-Johnson's career is vast and diverse in terms of the roles and opportunities she has served. Within the casino marketing and technology industry, Mallory has worked with renowned companies such as IGT and the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Mallory earned her Bachelor's of Science in Business Administration with a focus in marketing from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, and has also earned and maintained her PMP, Project Management Professional, Global Certification from the Project Management Institute. Mallory has leveraged her marketing and technology experiences to found and create her own business, Life by MJ, a blog that shares various aspects of her life as a mother, a wife, career professional, and entrepreneur, as well as her love for fashion, beauty, and social media. She has continued to grow her social media business by partnering with world-class brands such as Walmart, Target, Coca-Cola, and Costco to help others build a life on their own terms by leveraging the tools of social media. Mallory is also an amazing podcast host of A Life by You, where she interviews social media professionals and provides insight into her own business. Mallory is also a member and founder of the Orange Collab, a Las Vegas, Nevada-based social media community for Brown and Black women entrepreneurs, bloggers, and influencers. And today, Mallory is going to be talking to us about her PMP skills and her business and all the amazing things that she does. So, Mallory, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so glad that you are here. You know what I meant to ask you, or at least mention, I guess we just started, but to mention. So you have Mallory Hank-Johnson, but you go by MJ for your blog. Do you go by MJ in just real life?
Sometimes, I mean, since I've
Okay.
built my business, my clients call me MJ.
Yeah.
My social media friends call me MJ. So
Okay.
it's been interesting because MJ, it's like almost an alter ego, but now
Yeah.
there's this intersection. So
It's your stage name. It's your
yeah,
stage
yeah.
name. I
It's like my
love
Sasha
it.
Fierce, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it. And then I don't know if you know, but I have a 6-year-old son and his name is Michael James, but we call him
Oh,
MJ. It's so funny.
oh
So
my gosh, that's
yeah, so now I
awesome.
have another MJ in my life. So that's
There
good.
you go.
Yeah, so man, there's a lot of stuff in that bio, and I'm really interested. And I was really anxious to talk to you because I want to just explore it all. So let's start with project management. How did you start in the project management industry?
Well, honestly, project management for me started way before I earned my PMP.
Yeah.
And it started getting out of college and working as an executive assistant in the casino gaming industry.
Mhm.
Living here in Vegas, it's easy to kind of break into the industry, but I worked more behind the scenes, I guess you could say,
Mhm.
working with technology providers for the casino floors. So that the casinos could maintain and operate and grow their businesses.
Okay.
So I learned a whole different side than what I was used to growing up here, seeing the slot machines and everything. I
Yeah.
really learned to be a part of the back end
Mhm.
of that technology and started working on projects right away, even though I
Mhm.
didn't have that title. In
Yeah.
hindsight, I see that my PMP skills really started early on,
Mhm.
working with different customers and delivering different launches and products, I guess you
Mhm.
could say. Essentially, later on, I'm sorry, I'm saying I'm a lot.
No, that was perfect. That was
um,
perfect.
we're working through the rest of my career. I always wanted more, just being the ambitious, wanting to be an overachiever, I guess you could
Right.
say. And I heard about project management, really
Yeah.
didn't know too much about it. I ended up joining my current company, IGT,
Mhm.
International Gaming Technology, and we're one of the world's largest casino gaming providers,
Oh wow.
as well as lottery. We also operate
Oh
lottery, but
wow.
I work on the casino gaming side.
Okay.
And we have a huge team of project managers. And I had learned, one, what I had already been doing as an assistant was very aligned to project management.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, I could do this as a career and I have to do all that admin stuff. Like I could just lead people and get things done. I want to and make more money. I want to do that. I was really fortunate to have a awesome boss that I was an assistant for at the time. Yeah. And I advised him, this is something I really want to do. I've looked into it. I've done research. I want to get my PMP. Is that something you would be open to me doing? He was like, absolutely. And, I don't want to stand in your way. You are more than an assistant. You should do this if you want to do it. Yeah. So I was really fortunate to have someone in my corner. Yeah. Something that I wasn't used to as an assistant. A lot of executives, they want to hold you tight. If
you're good, they don't want to let go of you.
Exactly.
That's in anything, right?
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. So I was really fortunate that he was willing to let me go and explore this new career, and also approved for me to have my training paid for, as well as earning my certification. So I went ahead and moved headfirst into that and was able to obtain my certification within a few months, thankfully.
Oh, nice.
Because so much of my prior career had yielded up to that point already.
Yeah.
So everything changed from, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Okay. But everything really changed for me after that. That was such a huge turning point in my career. I mean, not only just financially, but mentally, because I was respected in a whole different way. I was overseeing different projects and getting exposure to different technology and systems and processes. I mean, everything. Being an assistant is somewhat similar, but it's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
Great preparation for the people skills. I'll tell you that.
That's important. It's important. Yeah. It's definitely important.
Especially when you're doing all these different teams and departments and all that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I am now working for a department where we do remote installs and upgrades all around the world. I support people in Asia and Europe and whatnot, and thankfully haven't been too impacted by the pandemic. My workload's actually increased even more because we do everything remotely.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I love that. So one of the things that you said that I really loved is, one, you had someone at the beginning of your career that actually supported you and supported your progression, whatever that was. In this case, thank goodness, project management, because I think that it's everyone doesn't have that. And if you're not sure of which way to go, you can easily maybe just stop pursuing that when it really is, a great career for you. So it's always good to have someone who's, supportive. And then two, one thing that I heard was that you passed, your company paid for you to pass to prep for the exam, which is huge, because I always tell people, if you're going to do it, if you work for a company, if you work for yourself, that's different. It's an investment either way it goes. But if you work for a company, see if they can pay for it, because it's a win-win for them. You get the skills, you get the certification, they get the fruits of your labor, of everything that you've learned in that PMP certification. A lot of clients, seek out companies and for the project managers who have that certification. So, that's good. But what I also heard is that you passed the first time.
Yes, I know. And I didn't know that was such a big deal until I started talking to my counterparts. They're like, you passed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it is hard. I failed a few times.
Really? And I've heard that from a lot of individuals. Yeah. And it's really funny, and I don't know if we're going down a rabbit hole, but at least for my organization, the test isn't necessarily the same as we maintain our project management.
Yeah, no.
There's certain aspects and foundational things that we obviously use. Yeah. But process-wise, it's so I really had to shift my mind, like, okay, am I in PMP world or am I in
that's
work
exactly
world?
what I had to do. And then if you start trying to apply what you do in real life, like, this is you'll go wrong every time. You got to do it what those books say in a perfect scenario. everybody's paying attention to your project. You have all the money that you need, all the resources, things that never happen, right?
No.
So yeah, oh yeah. I was just having a conversation with somebody else, and we were really laughing about it because we were laughing about how it was years ago. So that's the only reason we could laugh about it, but we had failed a few times. And then years later, I worked for a company, and luckily I had the VP was very gracious and gave everybody the option to go ahead, and they paid for the PMP exam. I ended up passing because I studied totally different. So I passed, but then my son was born 3 weeks later. So I was 9 months pregnant when it happened.
Oh my God. Oh
I did it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
did.
how come I couldn't pass before? But different mindset, different reason why I was just like, I gotta do it. So anywho, but yeah, when I hear people, you unicorns that pass it the first time, I'm like, you little smarties, you little smarty pants.
And it's funny you say that because I always am like, I don't know if it was luck.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I really did study hard for it. I didn't do anything for 2 months really. And that was my sole focus. When I got off work, study weekends, study the whole weekend. I said no to a lot of things to be able to pass. But it was well worth it, and it things just really snowballed for me with my career and business wise. Once I achieved that, it totally changed everything for me.
I feel like that too. I don't know what it is that they sprinkle like fairy dust on the PMP certification or something. I think maybe it's the confidence too that comes with it. Like you feel like if I can do this, certainly I can do anything, right? They make you earn it, but you really do have there is a shift. So, but I am glad that people get to see, whoever is watching or listening to this conversation, they get to see two different women who are both successful in both scenarios. Past the first time, like that is possible, even though you hear when people say they fail, that is certainly possible. But then someone who's maybe failed and maybe thought about like, oh, forget this, and then went back to it and passed it, then that can still be your success story too. Either way,
but persistence is key, and we both got to the same place.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And just like that's no different with someone taking a little bit longer to complete college. You still get a degree. My degree took this long, and yours took this long.
Absolutely.
It's still the same end product.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. I love that. So what does a day in a life look like on the project management side of your life? Is there an average day where it looks like it, or is it one of those days where it's like something different every day, or how does that look in that industry?
Well, before COVID, BC. BC, it was very, honestly, things were very standard things. We really had a flow, but currently our clients are really reacting to the huge paradigm shift in this entire world. Our clients are very, as casino operators, they're very sensitive to customers being able to come in and utilize their services. So we, in a sense, have had to react to that as well, and to manage their needs so that they can serve their clients. I mean, their customers. I say all that because COVID has definitely changed a lot of things for us and in my PMP world. An average day for me these days is, I have a lot of meetings with clients, checking in. I manage multiple projects at a time, and but they're all within the same realm in terms of implementing software, I guess you could say, upgrades and installs. So just having conversations, getting prerequisites, making sure everything's really good to go, making sure my resources have what they need in order to deploy. Just looking for those gaps because they do happen, responding to those gaps because they happen. Filling in those gaps as soon as possible. Those have been happening a lot, especially with technology. It's ever evolving. And I like a lot of other software companies, we have issues with our software. It's not perfect. It's made by humans.
I think that's everybody. I've worked on the IT side too. I think that's just about everybody. But yeah, and it's intense. It can be intense. gratifying but intense.
Yeah. And then just managing all the different stakeholders internally and externally. You know, it can be a lot, and shifting priorities. I know I'm saying a lot of just generalized complex things.
No, because you know what? This is not new. This is new to somebody. This is still new, right, with somebody. And I think it's also good that if they hear some of the same things, and with even other women, whether it's in the same industry or different industries, I think that's even better, because then you get a sense of, oh, that's what it looks like. Even though that's a different industry, that's what software looks like in that industry in kind of a typical day. And it looks like it's the same thing over here, or it looks a little different in technology in this industry. I think that's the gift, just to even know what it looks like, no matter, it's still it's a framework, right? We're not doing flips at work or anything, but but it's still exciting. It's still exciting.
It is. No, it's still very exciting, and I'm happy. No day is boring, to be quite honest with you. And as much as COVID has definitely switched up things, it's definitely kept things really interesting, and I'm able to utilize a lot of my creative skills, like, okay, well, how do we figure this out for the customer to help their needs? We weren't really having to do a lot of that before, but now we're needing to adjust. And if we want to maintain these relationships and they're trying to maintain their income, we've got to figure out a way to help them. So it's evolved a bit.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it is so different, especially I think in a project management role, because if you're client facing and that business is struggling because of COVID, at the end of the day, it's your client, and you want to make sure that you're doing at least everything from your perspective of at least making sure that everything is implemented correctly to make it a little easier for them. But it's a little different in the sense of, it's different when you have an anxious client, when they come in anxious, and it has nothing to do with you, but it's just because the culture or the atmosphere of their own company in the long, if they're going to survive, if they're not, or if they're just having struggles, or they have their customers, and then it does trickle down to us. That's one thing I felt like, because to me, just by doing projects in corporate, on the corporate side, usually clients get anxious right before we go live, right? We talk to them, we prepared them for months, and then right before they go live, they're like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, you signed off on this. You know what's going on. But they get anxious, and I get that. I get it. And then that's when you gotta really, use those soft skills. But now it does feel like some clients they come in, instead of towards the end, they come in a little anxious just because of the environment. And I think not everyone understands how that can shift and kind of trickle down and, is laced in the project management, the projects that we do. But luckily we can support them. So that's good.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. To listen to the rest of this conversation, join us inside the Women of Project Management membership at womenofpm.com. Thanks for listening.